Hi, I'm Mr. Gordon, your science teacher this year, and I'm going to talk to you about lab safety. So guys, I'm going to talk to you about lab safety. We're going to start doing science labs this year. So the biggest question is, what do you got to wear to lab every day? Well, there's a few things that you're going to have to wear to make sure that you're safe during the lab. The number one thing you're going to have to wear is pants. You got to wear pants that don't have holes in them, no shorts, no skirts, none of that. Your whole legs have got to be covered by your pants, so jeans that don't have holes in them, sweatpants, anything like that. That way if anything spills or if glass is broken, it will not cut you. Something else you got to wear are closed shoes. No Crocs, no sandals, no open-toed high heels, nothing like that. You gotta wear closed, normal tennis shoes. That's mainly for exposing glass. That way you do not get cut open, things do not get under your foot and burn you or anything like that. Other than that, the biggest thing is baggy clothing. You don't want to wear any baggy clothing because that can be a hazard and knock things off the table, or you could catch it in fire, which is not what you want to do. Other than that though, that's mostly what you gotta wear to lab. So just try and do that every time we have lab. That way you can participate and don't have to dock a grade. Other than that, what are you going to do right when you come in the lab? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go put your goggles on. The second lab starts, the goggles go on, and the goggles stay on the whole time. So you can go get your goggles, you're going to put them on. They're to be over your eyes at all time. I don't want to see goggles up like this. I don't want to see goggles hang down like this. On your eyes at all times from the start of the lab until everyone is finished. So keep those goggles on. When we're done, I'll tell you guys to put them away. We'll put them in the cleaner so they'll be good to go for next time. Other than goggles, we're going to talk about the chemicals that we use in the lab. Biggest thing about chemicals is two things. Number one, make sure you're mixing the right chemicals with the other right chemicals. It's going to be very explicitly stated on the containers. They're going to be labeled. It's going to tell you this is what this chemical is, this is what the other chemical is. You're supposed to mix this much and this much. I expect you guys to mix only that much and only of those two chemicals. Don't mix random chemicals. That could cause a problem or a bad reaction. Could end up being a real problem in the classroom. So you got your chemicals. Other thing with chemicals, make sure they're in the right kind of containers, right? So if it says a flask, put them in a flask. If it says a cup or a glass, put them in a cup or a glass. So you gotta make sure of that. Check the measurings on them, make sure you're measuring the right amounts. Some of them will have cups or quarts in it. Some of them will have milliliters, liters. It just kind of depends what we're doing. So check the container and see how much of it it's gonna hold, and make sure you're using the right container. Something else we're gonna use a few times is gonna be fire. Now, we all know fire is dangerous, so when we do have an open flame, you gotta make sure no one else is around you. So look around, make sure no one is around you. You don't want to run your flame into anyone. You don't want to burn yourself, so hold it away from you. And then you'll either probably be lighting a Bunsen burner, most likely. So once you light that Bunsen burner, pull your flame back, put it away. Again, make sure everyone's out of the way. Once that flame is lit, kind of stand back from the table. Only do what you gotta do. You don't want to be putting your hand over it, maybe catching your clothes on fire. Don't want to be doing any of that. Everyone wants to be backed up, safe distance, except for the person that's working with that flame specifically. So just be really careful with the flame. We don't want anyone getting burnt. We don't want any random chemicals getting burned. So, if you have open flame, keep chemicals away from it. That way, nothing bad's going to happen. You're not going to have a bad reaction that you're not supposed to have. After all the lab is done, big thing is cleaning up, guys. Any spills over there, water, chemicals, anything like that, you're going to clean up. Now, if spills happen during the lab, especially broken glass, let me know. I'm the only one that's going to clean up broken glass. So if there is broken glass, alert me right away. I'll sweep it up. That way no one's going to get injured. Things are going to get broken, guys, alright? I'm not going to get mad. Everything that we use is going to be glass. Probably all of you are going to break at least something during lab this year. So if you do break it, just let me know. I'll come over and clean it up. I'll tell you about chemicals that we're using if they're dangerous. If it is a dangerous chemical, let me come clean it up. If it's not, I will just let you clean it up, and that'll be that. So once lab's over, clean up your station. Clean out the glasses. Make sure they're not dirty. Make sure you clean them out, everything like that. That way, when the next group of students comes in, everything's already good and clean for them. So if we do all that, we're going to have a lot of fun in lab this year. So really, it's just about wearing the right stuff. Pants, closed shoes, not baggy clothing. Keeping your goggles on at all time. That's the number one rule. I don't want to see anyone breaking that this year. Make sure chemicals are in the right containers, and that the right chemicals are being mixed with the right chemicals in the right proportion. With fire, make sure you keep it away from others. Don't want to be burning anyone. Again, keep your station cleanly. That way, it's good for everyone, you and the other classes coming in after you. We're going to have a lot of fun in lab this year. We're going to do a lot of fun things. I look forward to seeing y'all.